You're ready.
Okay, it's live streaming.
Okay.
Good.
Good evening, everyone. Today is Thursday, September 18th, 2025. This is the Housing, Land Use, and Sanitation and Environmental Protection Committee's meeting. My name is Rich Reynoso. I'm co-chair of Housing. To my left, I have
Cynthia Rodriguez, Community Board Chair.
and introducing our latest and greatest member to Housing and Land Use.
Christina Stevens.
If you want to talk about yourself a bit, you just joined the board, right?
Yes, I'm a new member of the board. Excited to be here. Looking forward to working in the committees that I've chosen very, very seriously and dear to my heart. And I'm grateful to be invited.
Awesome, thank you. Moving down, we have the conduct statement. Please read that on your own time. I think we'll be fine. We don't need to read that now. Review of meeting minutes. I'll need to check what's the latest I sent over for housing and land use. And I guess we'll follow up with sanitation, environmental protection for the minutes as well. So I'll follow up with that. Okay. The next topic on the agenda is the 2910 Wallace Avenue building. So there was a fire there not too long ago. I know one of our members, Juanita, had some questions out regarding what the status is of the tenants of that building. And now I'll ask Jeremy first to see what he's heard, and obviously I'll ask the chair what she's heard. Jeremy, have you heard anything about the tenants or where they're living at?
I do not know.
Okay. Have you heard anything, Cynthia? Yourself,
Christina?
Yeah, Christina.
Yes, most of the tenants are still in the shelter.
Well, where's that located?
And they're in various shelters. If I knew you needed it, I would have got
No, it's fine. No worries. We just got it.
I'm working with one of the leader for the English speaking group. Her
Okay.
name is Yolanda. I believe Yolanda Watson. Yolanda. And they are still looking for place. We had reached out to another landlord who was renovating a building not far from there. I've submitted close to 100 applications. And I'm just still waiting, but they are really scattered all over the place.
Okay. Wow.
I
Okay.
can get some more information
No,
from
yeah,
the
definitely.
landlord. From
Yeah. So there's no plan.
Not from the last time I spoke to Yolanda. Everybody's still. I deal with Yolanda, the Spanish-speaking lady, and I believe the one for the English, and I believe the one for the Spanish. Her name is Gloria. She was away. She just got frustrated and went away.
Okay. So we'll follow up.
Yeah, I can get
I
back
know
with
folks
you.
are interested
Yeah.
to see how we can help.
Yes.
We tend to do is at the full board meeting, whatever help we need, since we have the elected official representatives there, we ask them for help. We're like, hey, this isn't working. This, we need you to look at this on our behalf. Okay.
But next time, maybe I can invite you, Yolanda,
That'd be great. Yeah.
the gallery. She
Yeah,
can
yeah.
give you great information.
Oh, great. Okay, Yolanda. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you for that. That's helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I was, like I mentioned earlier, I listened in on the Just Home public hearing. And one of the things that came up a couple of times was housing for people from that building. And they were saying that there's still a large number of families that are
I
still
interviewed a lot of them. Yeah.
in the shelter system, which is unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, guys. Moving along, for the Fine Fair location, if we all recall, the Fine Fair is near, the new Fine Fair was proposed to be near the Popeyes on Boston Road, and I forget the name of the street, of the cross street. But I think Juanita's been driving around, and I've driven around. I didn't take pictures, but it seems like there's a business there. They're selling tiles. It's interesting.
Yeah, brick. It
Brick?
looks like it's the yeah, it looks like it's like the business that's further down Boston Road that sells pavers and bricks.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually right next to it, so I can take a picture and send it to you.
That'd be great, actually. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I think we drive around and like, what's going on here? And it's definitely not being constructed. It's like they're selling things. So and yeah, it does look like bricks or tiles or something. So we need to figure out what's happening. because they presented to the board with whole schematics about affordable housing and this fine fair being moved from where it's at now down the block on Boston Road to that location. And hopefully,
Was that 2560, 25 or 3560 Boston Road?
let me see.
Was that the one? 2560 Boston Road. Is that the one?
Let me see. 2560, yeah. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. 2560 Boston. And that'll dovetail into our next topic. Recently, I believe a month ago, we received a large list of demolitions and constructions. I believe, Jeremy, that was provided by the DOB. I'm not 100% sure.
No, I
no?
think that was just, I've been getting emails. You
Okay.
know, the office has been forwarding me demolition notices. And I was like, okay, here's one.
Oh, so you
Okay,
can
here's another
consolidate it.
one. Oh, here's another one. So like I put them all together in one email because I was like, wait a minute, there's
Yeah.
a few demos going on.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, and so I was thinking that maybe we should take advantage
Yeah.
of the opportunity because I know it's going to come up at some point that people are like, there's all this construction going on
Yeah.
and there's all these demos, and that we're not, letting the community know what's happening. So I figured it would be an opportunity for us
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have some sort of a meeting, where we can try to get DOB or city planning or whoever
Yeah.
to come and present on what's involved, which ones of these require community board approval, which ones don't, we've been talking about
Yeah.
doing that for a while, like a sort of 101 or I don't know.
Yeah. And I think the issue has been, Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, is that DOB does not want to come to the office after hours, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, from what I understand,
Yeah.
DOB doesn't want to, only wants to present to us during their work hours, not after. We've been going back and forth for some time. I don't think that works for us, to be honest.
Right.
Just because we can't stop work to do this. I think we briefly discussed maybe doing like a webinar or something like a
Yeah.
Q&A with the person who's in charge there. But what we want to do for October is have a town hall-ish kind of event where we can talk about all the demolitions and all the new constructions and what the AMIs are and what the rents are, et cetera, et cetera. To the chair's point, there's been a tremendous amount of constructions. Yeah. What's up, sir? What's up? Yes, sir.
This?
No, that one here. That's on the agenda, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For attendance, or I think we're just doing attendance verbally right now. We're not signing.
Yes.
Yeah. So oral's here. I would just say.
Okay.
Yeah. So briefly, just to catch you up, we
Uh-huh.
talked about 2910 Wallace, which is the building that had the fire.
Mm.
Folks are still displaced, living in
Wow.
shelters. Yeah.
That long?
Mhm.
The city's moving.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what's next steps. We're gonna try to get the contact of the program there in terms of the displaced folks to come and talk to us next month.
Does that councilwoman know about this too? My right?
She was in the city council hearing today, so if she didn't know, she
She knows now.
learns. Yeah, she learned today.
Wow.
So we said maybe we should definitely bring this up at the full board since the people will be there, the representatives.
Yeah.
'Cause it's been some time, and I think that Juanita always brings it up because we don't want to forget. We don't know where folks are at. So I think it's like we stay on this topic. It's like a standing housing topic, 2910. So hopefully we can pull some lever to get some action. And for Fine Fair, apparently there is a business there that's not construction. Remember, that was a building that was going to be built.
Yeah.
So the supermarket was being moved to the other location on
Mhm.
Boston Road, but
Yeah.
so it's apparently not what we think it is.
What do you mean? It's not
That-
gonna be a supermarket?
We don't know. It's like another business right there.
Well, I pass by there every day.
You're
I see.
No, it's just housing.
Housing land use and.
Well, those are 6.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
It's 6:26. You're early.
My shoes all fried over.
What's up?
What's right now? I see some construction trucks in there. I see some brick and mortar. In
That's
there.
what we're saying. We think they're selling. They're not. They have bricks. They're selling maybe.
No. What it is? They're staging. Like what happens is that typically before construction starts, they have to order all of the construction material and they stage it on the site.
Okay.
So they'll bring it on the site in pallets, whatever it is, to get it on the site. You know, and it's a big site, so they can move it to the side or whatever they want to do. But they have to get stuff on the site. So as soon as, and brick is kind of intolerant to weather. So whether it rains or whatever, it's just brick.
Mm-hmm.
So they start the construction work, and the concrete that can't be on the site because they pour the footings. Right. As soon as they start pouring the footings, they start putting the brick and block, start building the shell of the building. So they're storing stuff. They're staging right now. So the first stage is to get whatever material they need to know. They get that as soon as the foundation is poured, they're gonna have to start doing construction, getting the brick. So rather than order the brick while construction is it, they need it on the site ready to assemble.
Got it. Okay, so we'll follow up just to make sure because
That's how all
That makes
construction is done. That makes like when I'm building a house, you get if it's a brick house, I'm having a pallet of brick already done. The foundation can't be poured yet because concrete has to cure. So I have all my brick. I have my square footage of brick, square footage of CMU backup. If I have windows, I have all my windows to the side, and then I have all my roofing material covered in tarp to the side. My wood. I may have stacked wood on there. So as soon as I pour the foundation, the guys can come and start building.
all right, we'll follow up, but that's helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we continue, just very quickly, Laurel, you have not yet met
Yes.
Christina. Christina
Yeah, Christina.
Stevens is a new board member. She's also a new member of the committee.
Okay, fantastic. Great.
And
Good to see
then
you.
T1 is also online, just so that we have that on the record.
Sir.
So just find out if they're staging right
Yeah.
now and they're storing material on the site to begin construction. That's all.
Okay. So that's okay. So then we started talking about demolitions and constructions where we want to get a sort of town hall conversation with DOB next month, given that there's so much construction. And we don't have updates and then demolitions as well. So we'll look to have that in October. Just a Q&A session with hopefully DOB. All right. Yeah, hopefully Nate has something to say for us. That's all I have for these agenda items. I'm going to open it up to the gallery session. So anyone who wants to say anything, please raise your hand. Nate, I'm going to pick on you because you're a guest and you're here. Is there anything you want to discuss?
Oh, hey all. Nope, just sitting in today. And for anybody who's new, I'm Nate Heffron. I'm a senior borough planner in the Bronx office at DCP, and your Board 11 liaison. So good to see you all.
Great.
And no real updates today. So,
Okay.
but thanks.
Do you have a list of new builds available for us in the future? Are you our contact for that?
No, that'd be probably Department of Buildings.
Okay.
So yeah, we only handle like the zoning side of things, but not anything having to deal with like building permitting, processing,
Okay.
anything like that.
Yeah, Department of City Planning is zoning.
Yeah.
And whether they're going to rezone an area, if something's going in front of the board to be rezoned, Department of City Planning may deal with that.
Okay. So I have a quick question for Nathan. City of Yes.
But yeah, there you go. They can answer that.
So I know we tend to lose sight of things when we vote for them. How is that coming along, if anything's coming along, since the vote passed?
Because we know there's some zoning amendments going on, zoning revisions to a site as far as now making commercial spaces and within housing areas. So how's all of the zoning amendments going with the city of Yes?
Actually, well, everything is like passed so far, and I'm don't have like any statistics offhand necessarily about uh just like how things have been like developing or happening since then. Of course, it's also it can take a while for like some of these like the changes to like start to take effect before you can actually see them. But and I don't think it had any newer like land use applications coming before you as of late. I think Board 11 is pretty quiet on that front, but I don't know if you've seen any like new is and with that like new construction that you've been mentioning, I'm not sure how much of that can be attributed to the city of Yes, but yeah, if I can ask around see if like we have any stats that might indicate like how it's kind of like playing out so far.
Yeah, and that'll be something folks are gonna probably start asking month to month, like, hey, what's going on with so and so? So just Nate, just FYI prepare, maybe just something to be keeping back in your head. 'Cause I know.
Do you keep in
Yeah,
contact? Do you keep in contact with what's happening with the Metro North line going through Corp City and all the way up to
um,
Bronx?
yeah, we generally are still like in involved in that still, even though we've done the neighborhood study that was involved. That was passed a while back too, and no new developments as a result of that rezoning though either to our knowledge yet. And haven't had a recent update from the MTA, and of course we defer to like the MTA in terms of like the construction on the actual stations and
Right, right.
the rail portion of it. So um yeah.
Okay.
And also sorry for not coming on camera though either. My
No, it's fine.
camera's
No worries.
working at the moment.
Good.
Yeah.
So right now, you don't have any updates as far as when the stations are going to be built and deadlines for those things, or a schedule or planning, a Gantt chart showing when things are going to happen. You don't have that information yet that you can pass through us.
No, yeah, the MTA would have all that, but and the most recent update that we have from them is that they're on pace for 2027 for the stations to open.
Really?
But that's some months
So
away
I
now
think-
too. So
27.
I think I could be wrong. We may, I hope I'm not fabricating a
No, I
memory,
mean just.
but I think we had an update that it was pushed back or delayed a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if it was an issue further north
Really.
or maybe it was in the news. I don't remember, but something stands out in my head that the timeline had been pushed back a bit.
Okay, so then we definitely should follow up and get something for next meeting. If not, have an update for the full board next week.
I would love to know
People
what
would love
the stations are going
Yeah.
to be filmed.
Well, people are looking forward to that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like, or
Yeah, I'm
not,
looking forward to
or not, yeah. So
Me too. 15 minutes to Manhattan. Exactly.
yeah. So after all those,
and the
go ahead, Nate.
oh yeah, no, the MTA would have like all the most recent up to date information. I'm not sure if you have a point of contact there. We usually have someone that we have that gives us like updates on the progress of that. I'm sure they'd be willing to come share info.
Can we get your point of contact?
Sure, yeah, I can look it up. I forgot the gentleman's name off the top of my head, but we I believe we do have a point of contact.
Yeah, so if you can pass it along to us, maybe we can look into it from time to time.
Yeah, so there was an article in
2028.
the state. Oh, yeah, there was
2028.
2028.
So they pushed it. They pushed it.
Oh yeah, 2028 now. Yes, it's
Yeah, they pushed it.
but in terms of our side of everything too, there were like certain set of like capital commitments that also came with like the rezoning aspect of that study. So we're also like, working with like the other city agencies to get those funds allocated and get those projects started. But again, and then again, no new like housing development that we're aware of has happened yet. But maybe when those the new stations actually do come online, we're trying to time it so that everything kind of worked out, that everything was set for when the trains actually do start running. So
Perfect. Yeah, can't wait.
So we'll bring this up next couple board because
You should print this out to me. I like this. Yeah, I don't know. Who has this?
It's Herbert actually sent it.
Oh, nice. If you can save it somewhere,
Yeah.
so you can send it, you can send it
Okay.
to the pool, to us. I'll look at that.
Thanks, Nate. Herbert, anything from your end?
No, sorry guys. I wish I had more information, but I just recalled reading that online at some point and found the link real quick. Wanted to share it.
All right.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I think that's helpful. We'll share with everyone.
And you may or may not know, but Herbert is another one of our new board members.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Nice. Welcome to the board.
Thank you,
Well, what-
Cynthia. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.
Well, what committee are you with, Herbert? Land use or housing or sanitation?
Well, I did speak to Herbert. I asked him if he would consider community development and
Mm.
budget priorities.
Oh, nice.
Because I think we only have 2 people on that committee.
Yeah,
So.
okay.
And Christina's interested as well, so, yeah.
Cool. Ms. Dana Finch, anything from your end?
Yes, thank you. So I would like to ask Nate if he could do just a very quick one-on-one on DCP. Like, what do the initials stand for? And
City planning.
basically, what does it do and how does it interact with the other city agencies that are involved in development, construction, building, zoning? And I'm the chair of one of the local community associations. So I'm also interested in knowing, would community associations ever be approaching your agency directly to ask questions? Or like, should we be going through our city council people? How does that all work? Because believe me, people in the neighborhood have so many questions when it comes to new buildings going up, demolitions, changes.
Yeah, well, you
The
said.
questions are endless.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of anxiety usually around them, which is understandable.
Nate, if you want to take a few minutes, that's fine with me. Us, I think we have a couple minutes. We have time to kill.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I'm happy to share a little bit more about just like, our agency and like what we do. It's actually, believe it or not, it's not the first time I've gotten this question. So DCP is the Department of City Planning. So we're the keepers of the city's zoning resolution. And we're responsible for processing like all of any like land use applications. So anyone wants to do any land use actions like rezonings or various other things that are kind of related to zoning, they come through us. But we also do more than that. We, of course, we liaise with community boards. We conduct neighborhood studies, and we also it's kind of like what we're responsible for in the borough offices where I'm from. But we also have a central division that has some strategic planning teams that focus on certain topic areas that support us and do various types of research as well. So that's kind of like a very, really high level summary about like what we are and what we do. But in terms of the question on what's the best way to like pass along like questions for us, I'd say maybe I'd say like the community board is probably the best like conduit to it. So like if you pass along like questions to like the land use committee, for example, they can pass them along to me and I can circulate them to whoever in the agency that might be appropriate for it. When it comes to like building permits and things like that, a lot of the things, I mean, and I understand folks might not know the difference, but there's a lot of things that might be more related to the Department of Buildings because, while we sort of like write and manage like the zoning resolution, we're not an enforcement agency, so we don't actually enforce it. It's the Department of Buildings that enforces the city's zoning. So a lot of times like people come to us with like certain concerns about, related to that, but it ends up being DOB's responsibility to handle those sorts of things. So, but if there are questions that are like, relevant for us, I can let you, you can funnel them along to me and as your board liaison. And if it is DCP, we can find an answer for you, or I can tell you if it's like DOB or like another city agency that's responsible for it.
So what might be an example of a question that a community association would want to know that you would answer? be the agency to answer? Or do you just do high level planning?
Well, if there's something related to like a land use application, so like a rezoning that's happening in the neighborhood, and like I mentioned earlier, like CV11's a little bit quiet. There's not too many of these going on. There's a lot happening in other parts of the borough, but in other parts of the city. So like say something like that came through and these rezonings have to go through the city's ULURP process, is ULURP, the Uniform Land Use Review Procedure. So it's a public review process for these sorts of things. And something like that comes up and there's like questions about it, then that would be more related to like what we do. But a lot of time folks would see like construction going up in their neighborhood, and it's most of the time it's called what we call as of right, meaning it's allowed under what the zoning is today. But they're they're curious about like what's happening, what's going on in their neighborhood, but that's it's like off our radar. We don't see like the building permits or anything like that. Again, it's the Department of Buildings are the ones who check those sorts of things. Hope that's clear. Kind of
And I
shows
think
like the
they,
difference.
Yes.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I just had one last question about 2560 Boston Road.
Yes.
That was a ULURP, and there've been sort of rumors or suggestions that some of the specifications that were approved in the ULURP have changed and having to do, I think, more with the affordability, the AMI rates, that kind of thing. Would that be something that
It's HPD.
we would ask you about? Do you keep
Um,
track of like changes that happen once like construction gets underway to ULURPs, or after
See,
after it's
that's
passed initially?
no, that's a good question. And generally when like a project, something like that would like go through the ULURP process and it completes it, a developer might be like working with like a certain affordable housing program, but when they like change the zoning, those like specific details of like the housing affordability may shift just based on what could be many different reasons. But rather than like us or like the Department of Buildings, like after the fact, that might be more of a question for HPD, Housing Preservation Development, because they're the agency that administers all the like cities, like how like a lot of the cities housing affordability programs like that, or the Housing Development Corporation. It might be one of those entities that if there's like a change going on to something like that, because after it leaves that ULURP process, it's kind of like out of our hands.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
Nate.
thanks very much.
All right. Awesome. So I think, well, Wendy, any comments or questions from you?
No, not at this time. I mean, we over at the assembly is paying close attention to the city of Yes. But nothing, no update.
Okie dokie. Dewan, anything on your end?
No, nothing on my end at this point.
Thank you, sir. So I think what we want to do this coming year is have more sort of presentations like that from DCP, from HPD, from the EPA, from Sanitation. It'd be great if they could come here or at least go on Zoom and have like, hey, this is who we are, this is what your contact is. Talk to us about your issues,
Yeah.
right? I think we could get them one a month,
You can.
right?
This is how you can best liaise with us, or
Yeah.
or vice versa.
So I think, Jeremy, that's what we're going to try to do moving forward every month is have a presentation from someone. If that works. Okay. I have nothing on my end. You guys have anything? Okay. All right. Moving on. Motions, we don't have any. We don't have quorum. Old business, we don't have any old business. Any new business? Anyone here?
Well, the only old business is,
Yes.
and we'll bring it up.
Oh,
at
yes, yes,
leadership,
yes,
is combining the housing and land use committees.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already submitted a proposal to combine sanitation, environmental, and with parks. So that would kind of consolidate a couple of different committees.
Okay, with parks. Okay.
Yeah.
So Wendy, are you okay? Or are you okay combining
I'm
home?
all okay with that.
Perfect. All right, we got the okays here from the co-chairs. So we'll bring it up at leadership so we can then bring it up to bylaws and then make it official. All right, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. No new business, so I'm gonna motion to adjourn. The time is now. Nate put his email in the chat, so I'm not gonna end the chat
Hold on,
for
let
a
me just
second.
write that down.
Yeah. But meeting adjourned at
You wanna take a
6:46.
picture of it?
Yeah,
Oh,
6:46
yeah.
p.m.
Take a
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
Nate, put it back
Open
up?
the chat real
Oh,
quick.
Yeah, I got you right now. All right, thank you all. We're gonna be on. We're gonna stay on for leadership, so
Right
you
there,
guys
right
can
there.
hop
Take a-
off.
take a
if you
Thank
want.
you all for your time.
Thank you.
You know, don't put the hand over it.
Yeah, I got you.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks all.